Well, take a look at this site, Wolf Creek Golf Club. It is for real. Frank, I've never seen anything quite like this as we get set to call it for EA Sports. I'm Rich Lerner behind the mic, and we welcome you to this site that opened up back in 2000. It's a par of 72 with some elevated tees. Frank, what does the player need to look out for here at Wolf Creek?
Well, everything. Try and keep your eyes on the fairways, though. That's the only green thing apart on this magnificent venue. It's hard to imagine you can play golf in this sort of area, but it's so well defined. Obviously, anything green is golf course, and left or right of that, you're going to find yourself in some problems. But really trying to judge all the elevation changes. Ball's going to fly a little bit further in the thin air, but it's amazing on the iron.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Jordan Spieth led the Masters through 54 holes in 2014, shared the lead at the Players that same year through 54.
It's incredible at his age, 21 years of age, that you can be that good when you consider that you're up against not good players, but the best players in the game today.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350-plus yards.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. Frankie could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
This is looking really good. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So the eagle goes begging. He still has this for birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. You have to make those from that distance. That hurts. 10-foot putt left. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Frank, that is painful.
I mean, all you had to do, just hit it. Just hit it.
So just a formality here. Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. Did the job right there. Frank, there's so many impressive holes here at Wolf Creek, but the second really stands out.
Yeah, that tee box is at 9 stories high. It's hard to imagine you can tee up that high, and obviously trying to judge distance is one thing, but also just the visual that you get.
Frank, going back 100 years or more, we used to see winning scores in stroke play tournaments, 72-hole events of 300 thereabouts. But obviously, like so many things in golf, everything has improved.
Yeah, people would scoff at sort of saying 475s would win a U.S. Open or a British Open. It didn't, and it does. But, with equipment, and people have really got into the game, they've worked it out. And they're just plain got better at it. They realize that, stroke play, you can't just swing from the trees, so to speak. You've really got to work your way around and get better. You just can't sort of settle for mediocrity.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot.
Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Good putt. And now 1 under par.
Even par currently.
That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Now on to the first of the short holes here at Wolf Creek. Uphill shot, Frank?
Yes, it's going to play a little longer because of that. Then it's 227 yards off the back tee. Hard to imagine you have a par 3 in amongst this desert. And really, that's all it is. Tee and green. There's not much in between. Well protected, as you can see, by those bunkers. And this green a little smaller than what you'd like for a hole that's around that 230-yard mark.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That's good work right there. Just a tap in. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. 1 under early in the round. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Drops it, and he's at even par. Here at the fourth, 383 yards from the back tee. It's a dogleg right, but Frank, looking at all of those bunkers, you could really make a mess of this hole if you stray.
You can. That's why you've got to simplify it. Just something there that's going to find the fairway. Even like 3-wood and a wedge, that's really all this hole's going to require. Avoid the canyons on the left and in the desert, as well as just, I don't know how many bunkers there is on the right side. So a little bit of fairway up the left, find that there, and really, you should be looking at a birdie putt.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So into red figures at 1 under. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Now at -2 for the day. We're in the desert, partner. I need water.
You're going to get it here, Rich. Par 5 second hole's got a nice stream that runs down the left side, as well as cutting the fairway. There's a crop of some 3 bunkers down that right side. I want to avoid that, but, Rich, this hole isn't too long. Under 500 yards, not even going to play that long, so very reachable. There's something about a well-hit shot.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
This one will play a little bit longer. It's up the hill to that green.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Frank, what do we have with this approach here to the par 5?
A good tee shot across that stream there is going to leave an uphill second shot, and this green is raised in the front, very narrow between those 2 bunkers. It's going to take something rather special to carry the ball up high enough and land it soft enough to keep it on this par 5 and 2.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, that was just a lousy putt right there. No other way to say it.
Really. This is that awkward length.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Playing his 3rd here at the par 5. You have to make those from that distance. That hurts. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Just a little tap in here. Makes the putt and moving in the right direction. 2 under par. Hoping to drop only 1 shot. This for bogey. And now at 1 under for the round. Frank, here at the 6th, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee?
Got to be careful here for the longer hitters, Rich. Driver actually might be too much. That stream that we just saw at the par 5 fifth hole, it also comes across here. So something that lands short of that, which is in the vicinity of 280, 290 yards. That's the key. From there, well, you're not going to have too much more in, sort of 140, 150 yards in. It is a dogleg right, but find that fairway there. Second shot play just a fraction uphill. And this green, well, it's got more humps and hollows in it. It's to be expected, though. This course is absolutely crazy.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is. What a great shot.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. Steeply up the hill here. This is going to play very long.
Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Settles in over the putt. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Spieth has this for par. Good effort and good par putt. Just a couple of feet. Par for McIlroy. But you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Now on to the par 4 7th hole. Is this a reachable par 4, Frank?
Distance-wise, you would think so, but the designer has done something to avoid that, and that's put all this water in front of the green. It would take a mammoth tee shot, and that's something like 300 yards through the air if you're going to try and even drive this green. Is the risk worth it? Well, if you're just playing with your friends, maybe it is. Otherwise, you just lay it up just past those those bunkers on the right and the left. Get it down there on the flat. A little pitch you would think is simple, but because of the slope of this fairway, chances are you might not get a flat lie, and that's going to make that second shot that much harder.
Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Frank, which way is this headed?
Well, judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there, though.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Good chance at one. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Pretty good effort right there. This is a 9-footer. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Spieth has this for eagle. Jordan Spieth can really roll it, has good feel. Let's see what he does with this putt. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. Frank, the 8th here at Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada is really the signature par 3, isn't it?
I'd go so far, Rich, to say this is a great par 3. Doesn't matter where it was played. The stream that sort of comes all the way down there and surrounds the left side of the screen makes this hole really daunting. Logic would say if you're going to miss the screen, obviously you'd miss it to the right, but it's just a beautiful hole. And then you put the fact that the canyon frames the whole hole itself. It's beautiful.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Rolling the rock, Frank.
Oh, and yet another birdie, Rich. Beautiful stroke.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Putt for par. He needs one. Has it, and he's 2 under par. Finishing up this front side here at the par 4 ninth, 390 yards. And what are we looking at, Frank?
Well, it looks relatively straightforward, but it's anything other than that. Decision time again. Do you lay it up into that wide area of the fairway? If you're a longer hitter and you are out here to have a little bit of fun, then maybe you want to take the head cover off, because you get a little bit of an advantage if you can drive it over that last bunk on that right side. At least take that out of play, because you're only going to have a short pitch in here.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Excellent looking shot here. Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Little uphill to this green, Frank. So a tester from 4 feet. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Jordan Spieth ready for his second shot. All in all, Frank, doesn't look too bad.
Just maybe a little right of the flag.
Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. And now we'll have this for birdie. Frank, this is a pretty challenging approach shot here at the 10th.
It's certainly one of the longest second shots you'll play into a par 4 at Wolf Creek. You're coming off a lie with a ball slightly above your feet, so that's a hook shot. And you're really hitting a hook shot onto a green that's designed to hit a cut. It makes this shot a little bit more challenging, so just be a little careful here. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Getting set now over the putt. Nice putt, counting.
It's at sneaky distance.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Three under on the day. Frank, another really rugged hole. This is the par 3 11th here at Wolf Creek.
Rich, remember that book, Dead Solid Perfect? This is what this hole's all about, because you must hit that tee shot solid. You've got to carry all the trouble in front of you. And remind yourself, too, there's enough green grass down there. Not necessarily green, but green grass around there. A good shot safely on the putting surface here, and this green's not too severe. But this is a fun par 3 just to look at, or even at least experience. Oh, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Players still fighting the strong winds out there today. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
This will be a birdie if it drops. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Well, that's just a poor putt, Frank, and now let's hope he doesn't make Michael Bublé.
He's hardly going to be singing after that one.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Just a little tap in here. Now at -2 for the day. Par 5, 12th, and Frank, another reminder that Wolf Creek can really be intimidating.
It can. Water down the left. They'll take a huge dent off your scorecard. A lot of fairway down the right. Somehow find that. This par 5 can be reachable in 2. There's still trouble to the right of this green if you get a little bit cavalier. This, without doubt, the longest green on the golf course. It's 55 yards from front to back.
Excellent drive, Frank. Right where you want to be. Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350-plus yards.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich. This eagle on the cards. Hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. I like the looks of this one. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
He's safely on deck.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Wow, what a putt. That is huge. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. And you have to like that. 4 under. 13th hole, and Frank, Wolf Creek is really kind of a macho golf course because you can stand on a tee like this and say, you know what, I'm going to take this one over the mountains.
And then, if you do, then you flip the coin. Is it in play or is it out of play? This is one hole. You just you realize you're in the middle of the desert, that's for sure. And one hole that you think, well, if I play this hole a couple of times, I might just get the hang of it.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. This is a 23-foot putt. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Had every chance of going in.
He can make eagle right here.
Rich, how can you leave an eagle putt short?
Well, you can't. I mean, that's embarrassing.
You can leave a par putt, birdie putt, an eagle putt.
Might want to just shut the game down and quit playing. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. takes care of business, 5 under par. Fourteenth hole here at Wolf Creek. Time to pull out the driver and as well the phone because you want to take some pictures here. What a spectacular view.
Stunning. You can see a whole panoramic sort of 360 degrees right around this golf course. Then when you flick back and actually look at the 14th hole, there's 6 bunkers, 3 really in play with the tee shot, as you can see, the other 3 just up by the green. Anything to the right of those is preferred, unless you want to be playing your second shot out of the canyon or the bunkers. Green should be fairly receptive, and 3 distinct portions, which is sort of a common trait here at Wolf Creek. That's sort of 3 different tier levels in that. But let's see, birdies that to be made at Wolf Creek, maybe even one here. That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that a little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
He can't be that good.
I mean, that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Jordan Spieth now on the approach shot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Over the putt, this is Jordan Spieth. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Impressive. Once again, that's a par, remaining at 5 under. Now to the par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. Frank, this is the shortest hole on the course.
And their version of a postage stamp type hole, minus the bunkers on the right side. Green elevated, falls off as you can see down the left side. Club selection is vital, but it is such a short hole. It's very, very tempting, especially when that flag's on the left side, to still go at it. But you miss this green on the left, and you are going to be considerably lower than the level of this green.
Just a pure strike and a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. Birdie chance now for Jordan Spieth. Right off the edge. Wow.
That hurts.
These putts keep the round together. Wow, I thought he made that. Good try. Just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. From a short par 3 to a short par 4. Just 393 yards here at the 16th, Frank.
And when you stand on this tee, this hole looks anything other than straight. Goes to the left and comes back to the right. But if you can just fixate at the green in the distance, you're actually going to look like a relatively straight par 4. And that's the way the hole should be played. Look at those first 2 bunkers that you see and just try and split those. Good tee shot here and nothing more than a wedge left into this green. Simplify it. That's the key.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
That's a ginormous tee shot.
He's facing 100 yards here. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, it's obvious he is in complete command of his golf ball right now. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Birdie chance now for Jordan Spieth. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count. And that is 9 under for the day. So 2 holes left to play. Now the final par 5 on the course, 562 yards, the 17th.
The drive looks relatively straightforward, and I say that because there's a little creek down there that obviously you have to stay short of. But that's the fun part. They want to keep you back in an area where you go, can I hit the second shot across the stream, across the water, and still keep it on the green? And the answer is, I don't know. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350-plus yards. A good 200 yards away from a good lie in the fairway. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. This is a good-looking shot. See if he can give his round a real big boost. This putt is for eagle. Well, that's how you keep the round going. Make putts just like that. This is an 11-foot putt. The great hits just keep coming. Moves to -11 on the day. 18th hole, and Frank, again, a good scoring opportunity. Short par 4.
Yeah, if you looked at the scorecard, you think you could drive this green, but one quick look at the trouble in front and to the right of the screen, and you realize that's probably not the prudent play. Really, something 230, 240 yards off the tee in that vicinity is going to leave you just a flick wedge into this green. It is a rather narrow green, but from that distance, you'd expect to hit it close.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. This is the second shot at the par 4. Jordan Spieth eyeing this putt for birdie. Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. So just a formality here. Nine under for the round. Frank, I have to say, I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
And consequently, a very solid round. Continuing with that kind of play can certainly put you in the winner's seat.